Start we've ever had. But hello and welcome. I'm actually joining late because my Wi-Fi decided that it just decided that nah, mate, no chance. But we're at a wet Canada. I didn't even know it was going to be wet. We're at a wet Canada, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa, right, okay, chill. We're at a wet Canada. No one has put a lap time in. But I think Jack here might be on a little run. Right, okay, track map. We want a full track map. We want some lap data enabled, but we don't worry about telemetry. You know, that's for like rookies. Alrighty. I've got no idea who's going to be first man around the track. I don't know who was first out, but Lifebout is out. That is down in sector 1, turn 4. I think we've got a bit of a problem there, and we've got a yellow flag in sector 3, but I think that's someone going slowly rather than a crash. Although actually, no, it's Mr. Severe Scott, who's invalidated his lap, and he must have picked up some damage or something, but he's not going very quickly. Mr. Cookie has just gone and set the very first time of the day, a 121.2 to start us off. I've just remembered I need to upload this. I kind of forgot that I needed to do that. YouTube, change account. Come on. My god, okay, if my phone's working, my MRLS, that's the one I want. No, not previous gesture. Oh my god. Right, okay. Oh my god, that's really broken. Oh, right, okay, it's fixed itself. No, it hasn't. It really hasn't. Either way, we're on board with Jackalacco, who's just lapping around at the moment. Spain. Why can't I look at my account? YouTube has just been an absolute bugger. Sorry, I'm trying to bring up the video, so there it is. Share, copy link. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm being so unprofessional right now, but you know what? It has to be done. I always forget to do this, which is probably not the smartest of ideas. Let's watch On Board with someone new. Mr. Chaz Knight Rider. Right, lovely. Okay, right, let's get into qualifying. We've got 12 minutes to go. Most people, Jimmy Jags. Right. Okay. What's going on, Jimmy? What's happening, mate? Are you okay? That's the wrong one. You're all in the chat. So, by the looks of it, it's going to be rain for the entire day. Quite a few people still not to set any times. J Horse said that he might have a little bit of a problem qualifying, hence why he's 8 tenths down at the moment. Got Mr. Chaz Knight Rider just running through past Jimmy Jags there. Who's having an absolute mare, to say the least. This is the Jimmy Jags on board right now. Funny, to say the least. Pole is on his outlap, and so is Smithy. Jimmy Jags is actually saying that well, the game thinks he's in the pits. Clearly he's not. He's there. But there we go. So here's Smithy, right on the back of his teammate Pole. I wonder if anything interesting is kind of going on here. You know, maybe they're just trying to start to do something out. Error Blake at the moment, 3/10 off the pace. Hazard 2/10. Mr. Cookie on pole at the moment. But can Pole take pole? You never know. Jimmy Jags has joined again, and he nearly had it then. But no, the game's still not having it. We'll watch and see if Jimmy Jags gets moving again, but his teammate Hazard has just passed him. He's on an outlap alongside pole sitter at the moment, Mr. Cookie, provisional pole. He's running through. It's quite a damp Canada, which doesn't really mean that you can utilise it exactly how you want to. Canada has some big DRS straights. It's got 3 of them. One of which, the final straight, is enormous. The start-finish straight is still pretty big, and you can get a move done in it, so long as you absolutely maximise the Wall of Champions chicane. And the final one, okay, it's a chicane straight after, but you know what? It's another great opportunity. Even so, if you use that to get yourself slowed down, to then make a move here at this hairpin, that's also a really good move to make. As Mr. Cookie struggles to get it going. Oh no, he's still wiggling around, so I think he's going for a second outlap in theory, so just a second warm-up lap. So most people in the pits are on outlaps, not many people on flyers anymore. Aero Blake going considerably slower, so this must be an in-lap for him. Our Henson on an outlap as well. Mr. Chaz Knight Rider just rounding the final corner, but it is invalidated, so that doesn't really matter. So he'll be trying to go again, perhaps. Let's see just how much energy does he have. He definitely has enough energy to try and go again. So, pretty sure that will be the case. I think that's going to be the case for Smithy as well. This was his first flying lap, but he has invalidated it. Mr. Cookie running through. Yeah, definitely on a nice calm lap, without a doubt. Although he's actually still 2/10, only 2/10 down. You know what, that is not quite as bad as I thought it was. There's Hazard rounding the final. I say no, it's not the final chicane. It's the second to last chicane of the lap. And there is Aero Blake as well, who was 3 seconds down on his last time. So that must mean that he is currently on a flyer. Let's see. Mr. Cookie is just about to cross. Oh no, he's already crossed into sector 3. Unfortunately, missed that sector timing. That would have been quite helpful to see. But it's a very short lap, you know, very short lap, especially in consideration to Hazard. You know, he's 10 seconds up on Hazard and right behind him, so clearly Hazard is going very, very slowly indeed, as he does get him out of the way indeed. Mr. Cookie is going to round the final corner. He's going to come out with a 1 minute 21.2.275, which was actually quicker, but unfortunately it was invalid, and it was invalid because of the Wall of Champions, because this one is also invalid. So it had to have been one of the last corners that's caused him to invalidate there. He was faster, only just so. So it's a no lap for him. Hazard into the pits now as well. Aero Blake down on his time at the moment, but can he make up through the final 2 corners? The Wall of Champions, this is where most people are getting invalidated. He has made it through. Let's see whether he improves that time or not. He's going to do a 1:21.5, which puts him up into P2, well and truly above Hazard. Well, I say well and truly, it's 300ths of a second well and truly. But he did set the fastest sector 3 times, so that means that Aero Blake has definitely set his car up for a very, very fast straight line speed, because that is where you do most of the accelerating in the lap, because that final straight is just so enormous. So, could we see Aero Blake making a dive down there in the first lap of the race? Dive into the hairpin, or a dive into the Wall of Champions chicane and just absolutely hammer a possible Mr. Cookie on the front? However, that's not guaranteed yet. We are still with quite a little while to go. It'd be very helpful if I could just see it, but unfortunately I've got the nice big thing covering it. You know what, surely I should be able to change that somewhere. I feel like you should be able to change that. Because it'd be quite helpful to have it. How long of qualifying we've got left? You know what? Not much is going on at the moment. I'm going to have a little look and see whether I can adjust it. No, I don't want that. I've forgotten. It is in this, isn't it? OSD customization. Yes. Right. Okay. I want. How do I choose what thing I'm changing? Select element. Yeah, you. Yeah, no, I want it there. I just want you moved there. Yes, confirm changes. Lovely. Right, okay, yeah, nothing's happened, which is exactly what I was hoping. A couple of more people have got some laps down on the board, but that is about it. Other than that, most people are in the pit lane at the moment. A couple of people out. J-Horse is out at the moment. He's 2 seconds down. Oh, why is it not changed? Really? J-Horse has still got another slow lap to do. Most people are in the pits. We're trying again. Because it's just bugging me, you know. OSD... Well, I've moved it. So why hasn't it... Why hasn't it moved anything? Hidden. No. Can I sort of change filter pits, supercars, filter normal, pits? No. Why can't I? Oh, race, qualifying. Yes, qualifying. Options. No, we want confirm. Change that. Hidden. No, I want to move it. No, not the. That one. Yeah, move it there. Confirm changes. Right, let's hope that works, because we're now in that's in qualifying, and oh, there goes a nice Ferrari front wing, and it hasn't. Right, okay, I'm just going to leave it for another time. Oh, actually, no. You know what? I'm adamant on this now. I'm absolutely adamant on it. That I will have it. It's there. Why is it not moved? Really? Really? Why? I've changed it in qualifying. Oh, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I thought you could change it. Clearly you can't. J-Horse is on another slow lap, so he must be going for his fast lap now. Got yellow flags in sector 2 and 3, but obviously that's really, really important, isn't it? No, but we've got 2 minutes and 30 of qualifying. When there aren't yellow flags on the track, you can check that. When there are, apparently you're not allowed. So Scotty and Lifebout out. Scotty's out as well, that's changed. But J-Horse is now out on a flyer. I think so will Calf Jack. He's just started his flyer as well. And Jackalak, who's also now on wet tyres. So a couple of people on wet tyres, actually. Just noticed that. A couple of people on wets. Yeah. So Aeroblake's out on wets and is up on the time considerably. I think Mr. Cookie's going to have to get out. I don't think he's going to have time though, because Aeroblake's absolutely flying. Well, I think he is anyway. Let's see what he's... Mr. Cookie has gone on to a set of soft tyres, ladies and gentlemen. A set of soft tyres. Okay. If that's what you think, Mr. Cookie, if that's what you think... Oh no, he's back on inters. So, how is... Oh, J-Horse is not having a lap that he'd like to see ever again. Aeroblake is down on his time after invalidating. Rick is up on his time. Jackalak. Mr. Cookie now won't get back out again, so that is his qualifying over. He wasn't going to try and go for another fast lap. He was happy with a 121.2. Mr. Jackalak, he's going to have one more try at this. He is up on his time. At the start of Sector 2, he's quite considerably over his time, actually. Our Henson is still on his outlap, so he's going to have to hurry up this outlap. Unfortunately, what he's kind of failed to forget is the second lap often is much, much better in the wet conditions, or at least I've always found that. I always found my second lap is always better. No idea why. Guess you kind of just wear it in, don't you? But you kind of have to decide on whether you want to go for that lap or not. Rick also up on his time as he enters sector 3. Mr. Aero Blake has started a new lap. Let's see how he's after the first sector. He is up on his time, but he's going to have to get up on his time more if he wants to get anywhere close. He has gone and set the fastest sector 1 time, and oh, it's a big old wiggle, but he's still pushing. He's going to keep that pace going. Let's see. Calf Jack coming around the final corner. That's his qualifying over. Rick did improve, but only just. Jackalak is in the wall and has retired. Chaz Knight Rider started a sector 1 time. He's half a second up on his time, so he's clearly got some pace in him. Aero Blake now down on his time through sector 2, so it's going to be sector 3 where he's going to have to gain 0.3 of a second if he wants a shot here at pole position. He's only got 2 braking zones to try and pull that off, and it's a big skate across and lots of traction control problems. I don't think there was any traction on that, and yes, he was down on his time. So he will start most likely P2 unless Hazard has anything to say about it, which he doesn't. He's on an invalidated lap. Smithy, does Smithy have anything to say about it? No, he's doing a 125 at the moment, and pole is a 121. So he is into the pit lane. Rick did improve his time, but only just, and Chaz Knight Rider is going to come around to try and set a lap. Let's see how he gets on. It's a decent exit, much more grippy than his teammate Aero Blake. He comes across the line. He's going to set a 122.6, which is going to put him P9, 1.3 seconds from the leader. Other than that, Never Fear Andy's here is finished and on no time. So other than that, that is your qualifying position, ladies and gentlemen. Qualifying over. Some people on intermediates, some people on wets, and Mr. Cookie is actually out there at the moment. Not quite sure why he left, to be honest, because he's now just kind of lapping. I could have sworn that he was in the box, but you know what? It's Mr. Cookie on pole position. He'll be absolutely elated with that. That is something that he would have been very happy to see, and this is a good chance for Mr. Cookie, ladies and gentlemen, to get a win. But it's Mr. Cookie on pole position and Aero Blake in P2. Hazard will be P3 and J-Horse P4. Not the place where he wanted to be starting, especially with the gap that big. Our Henson in P6 and Kafjak P7. Rick P8 and Chaz Knight Rider P7 with Jackalako in P10. Severe Scott pole. Never Fear Andy's here. Scotty, Jimmy Jags and Lifebout rounds out the entire grid with Never Fear Andy's here and the 4 below, or the 3 below, not setting a time. Should probably check, because I can see people watching. I don't know whether you've said anything or not. I will doubt you would, but you know what. I've just been booted out. Right, join group. Bro, I hit spectate. Why is it? I don't like the fact that it's just... Oh, right, okay. There is my car. What I need to do is I can't spectate it. I'm just going to sit lapping at the back of the... Right, okay, so there's me in the Red Bull that I can't... I can't take over it. But it's me, game, it's me. Let me take over my own car, please. Right, okay, so I'm at the back, you know, right, this feels like a really, like, out of human experience, the fact that I'm there, but I'm not at the same time. I really hope, like, you're seeing what I'm seeing, because... Oh, you're not out? Yeah, are you? Yeah, Sorry. I've only just read that. That was probably ages ago, but I like it. Mickey Flanagan. Funny guy. Mr. Cookie warming up those tyres nicely. So we're going to have a nice little interval gap. We're going to take a quick look at the tyres. The tyres are very, very interesting. Error Blake has elected softs. Okay. The track still looks a little bit damp. Doesn't look like the most happy of days ever. But you know what? We move and we're calm and everything is all happy. Most people are on hards and a couple of mediums out there as well. We're not going to run any of that information as we start the race as per usual. We will just watch on board with all the drivers here. And of course me, the absolute unit he is. He is going to be like... Oh, I can't believe he's not even warming his tyres up. This fella's interesting, you know. These tyres are stone cold. Severe Scott got disqualified, so he must have parked a little bit hard. I can see a little bit of movement there in everyone. Not everyone parked perfectly straight, but we go to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 red lights here in Canada, and it's a pretty long start, and it's massive wheel spin for Mr. Aeroblake, who just cannot get the rear grip down. So he falls back to P3. Mr. Cookie gets off to a strong start, and Hazard moves up to P2. J-Horse then elects that P4 position, and My Games Audio, I think, is having an absolute mare, or people are just trying to heat their, might just be trying to, oh, I think people are really struggling for traction. Like, I can just hear traction nightmares. Lots of people really trying to get the traction down, and all big lock up there from Rick. Has really revving out the engine, Jesus. I don't know whether that's just something of my game or whether this is just a really, really broken lobby. I'm up to P15, never fear Andy's here, and Jimmy Jags are behind me right now. And you know what, we're flying at the moment. Smithy is out. What has happened to Smithy? He has just gone off. And that is, I don't know whether that's a safety car or whether that's a VSC. It is a full safety car, ladies and gentlemen. Full safety car. We are in P14 right now, feeling incredibly smug about myself. I'm currently denying that Andy's here and Jimmy Jags are in position, but I can't change it. I'm so sorry. So, safety car well underway. Mr. J-Horse and Calfjack have both had to pit for some reason or another, probably due to damage, if anything. But yeah, I saw the engines were really sort of revving out there. Alrighty, so not too much in the way of well, big position changes actually. So a couple of big positions. Scotty's moved up 7 places, and so has Lifebout. And coming in hot with number 3 is myself, moving up 5 places. Alrighty, are we waiting to... Are we going to go now? I've got no idea. I didn't actually read it. I think so. Mr. Cookie's holding back. We are getting ready to go again. Alrighty, we are underway, and Mr. Cookie has had an absolutely blaring start. He's pulled away massively to Hazard, so that is pretty much Mr. Cookie absolutely running away with this already. Aero right on the back of Hazard though, so we might be able to see a possible move there. Scotty has managed to get down the inside of, oh no, Rick's managed to get down the inside of Scotty, and Lifebout might even be able to capitalise on this here. Our characteristics has been overtaken by Mr. Never Fear Andy's here, and is now getting absolutely crowded by J-Horse and Jimmy Jags, who are looking to take another piece out of the AI. And no, Jimmy Jags getting over the grass has lost it, and that's a big incident there. Must be it's Pole and Severe Scott that fall down the order, pushing up Calf Jack, characteristics, J-Horse and Never Fear Andy's here. It's no safety car, but J-Horse is let through by his teammate. Definitely not team orders. Don't know what you're on about. And really glitchy cars as we run down into the hairpin. Most cars down here right now. A little move by Calf Jack. Never Fear Andy's here. That would have been just out of the hairpin. Bit of better traction from Calf Jack has managed to make him move up that position. Aero Blake, unsurprisingly, picking up the fastest so far. And that is a backwards Scotty, who's really struggling for some traction. As he does manage to get underway eventually. Mr. Cookie pretty much maintaining that gap that he first originated away from the safety car. About 7 tenths to 8 tenths is roughly where it was. Aeroblake doing pretty much the same as well. He's staying right on the back of Hazard, so where he's been pretty much the entire time. And I'm definitely starting to think that this has to do something with the game, because these rear tyres are absolutely going to be shred to pieces. And Aero Blake did have a little look to try and get round the outside there, but it hasn't quite worked out for them. And sometimes I am struggling a little bit whether it is just a problem or whether it's a mistake. But Rick's managed to fly up that position there. He's managed to get Jackalak just out of that corner. J-Horse has managed to pick up the fastest lap of the race. Definitely having engine glitches problems, because that can't be possible. Aeroblake still right on the back of Mr. Hazard here, like right on the back. But clearly a couple of people really struggling on the engine rev, or whether it is just whether it's an engine glitch, I'm still not sure at the moment. But nevertheless, Aero Blake leaving absolutely no room on the back of Hazard here. He is absolutely staying right on the back of him, and now with a helping handful of DRS does manage to get past. comfortably as well, actually. He has managed to absolutely soar past there, and DRS gets another second handing. As much as it might be an engine glitch, it's also really horrible to listen to, so I'm not going to be able to sit on him for particularly long. Jackalacko, I think, has just been pulled away by Lifebout. He's managed to move up a position, up 10 places for Lifebout, so very, very good first 7 laps for him. He has gained more positions than anybody else by some margin. In fact, he's not far off of having more positions than anybody else combined. Especially when you add the negatives as well. And it's still more carnage at the back of the grid. People making moves like their lives depend on it. Lifebout still in P6, but he wants to get past. And I'm just having such terrible glitches, and everyone's everywhere, and it's really hard to keep track of what's going on. However, Lifebout is going to try and go for a move down the inside here. Doesn't